Right, get your giggles out, okay?
We already did, you dumb sack of butt.
I heard that.
Dumb sack of butt.
Hey, man, I resent that. Okay. In the year 2017, the entire world is under a tyrannical rule by the three A-Weebros. This podcast watches all type of anime and choosing which grill stood tall among the rest each and every week, allegedly. Standing against this evil regime is the bonafide botector, also known as Bobobo-bo. This dude with a groovy fro is on a quest to become this week's best grill and save hair or something. Let's begin. Hi guys, this is... Oh, thank you. It took me like 2 minutes to write that down.
It took a lot more than 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's a lie. We have the audio files.
Don't break the illusion. You know, there's people...
There is no illusion. I don't give a shit about that.
So, in case I couldn't tell, what did we watch this week by now?
Today, we will be discussing what we watched. We watched the best anime in the world, Bobobo-bo. Hi. If you didn't already know...
Can I call you Bo?
Yeah, no, you call me sir, boy. I mean,
okay.
This episode is already a mess. All right. Hi, guys. I'm Pino. And to my left, if there is my left, is Chuck. And to my other left is Garb.
Hello. I am on the other left.
All right.
I am on the left as well.
Yeah, and he's on my left. All right. So, let's see. Let's start with just our basic first impression. So, what did you guys think about, before starting the show, what did you guys think Bo-bobo would be about?
You showed me the only thing I had ever seen was the spoon scene with the spoon family.
Yes.
And I was...
We're going back to the hardware store.
I'm so confused. By the way, we're going to make tons of references to this, so like if you haven't seen it, you're going to be very confused.
It's literally the first 10 episodes, so it's not a lot to get into.
It's not a lot. However, it is mentally draining once you get to that 10th episode, because you will be lost. Now, according to the best source on the internet, Wikipedia, Bobo is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Yoshio Sawai, published by Suisha and serialized by Weekly Shonen Jump. So this stands among the giants, you know, like Goku and Naruto and Luffy, you know, those guys.
What about Joseph?
Who? I don't know no JoJo this week. I know Bobo.
I almost
Anyways,
spit out my water. That was bad.
Bobo is a comedy influenced by Japanese manzai humor, which also uses puns, double talk, breaking the fourth wall, a non-sexualized cross-dressing, visual gags, and a satirical and pop culture references.
Take a couple steps back.
Is there ever non-sexualized cross-dressing?
Oh, there always is. That's the joke.
I need to do research.
Okay.
Hold
And
on.
once again, the manga series lasted from 2001 through 2007, divided into two separate sections with a distinction in humor and plotting. So what we saw were the first 10 episodes of the first part of the series, just standard Bobobo. The one that comes after this is, I'm just going to call it part 2 of Bobo, which is basically what it is. But the basic plot of Bobobo is that in the year 3000 and X, the entire world is under the rule of what the English dub calls the Chrome Dome Empire, which is just a group of baddies that shave hair all over the world. Bobobo is the one who can stop them. He is the one who saves the people's hairs from falling out.
Because he can read the minds of people's hair.
Yes, yes, he could at a small age, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Now, if you were expecting some flashy fighting styles, be prepared because instead of stretching your arms real far, or screaming for 3 episodes straight, this man uses his nose hair to battle.
And good lord, is it stupid?
Good lord, yes it is.
Good lord, he's very effective at fighting.
Oh boy, yes he is. But that's not his only weapon in his arsenal. He also uses something called wigging out. And this is where the show really picks up its humor. But we'll get to that when we get to that. All right, let me just open up my notes here, which totally exist. Okay.
Okay.
He's not just opening up a new tab of Wikipedia.
He's opening up a new Word document. He's like, shit, I gotta write.
I gotta write this down. No, of course not. Yeah, this is a professional. This is a professional place. Hey, where'd you put that format, Chuck?
It's in the serious talk.
God damn it! It's pinned, you stupid idiot.
It's pinned in serious talk. You fucking
there it is.
retard.
I'll just follow.
While you look for it, I'll tell you about how what Bobobo was before I thought Bobobo was Bobobo.
Please,
go ahead.
So,
Yes, go ahead.
So I was told to Bobobo, and I was like, I don't know about Bobobo. Bobobo's probably a bad Bobobo. But then I realized Bobobo isn't a bad Bobobo, but rather it's a good Bobobo to enjoy with all the Bobobo family. And in turn, I really enjoyed Bobobo after I watched Bobobo episodes Bobobo to Bobobo 10.
Oh boy, that sounds like a bow of a time, my friend.
It was.
All right,
How about
so
you go
Bobobo,
Bo, go fuck yourself.
as usual,
Well.
here's your spoiler warning. We will be spoiling the parts of the first 10 episodes, which consists of basically the first arc. However, since this is Bobobo, I don't think anything we could say right now could actually spoil anything that you might understand at this point in time. Once
don't
you
think
see
so
it, you'll
either.
understand.
Understood?
And you should go see it.
Yes.
I'm gonna say it like beforehand, like this was a good time. I was really, really negative on like the JoJo episode, and I'm gonna be negative on the next one. But
Now,
like Bobobo.
if you guys didn't already know, I chose this series for a couple reasons. I actually grew up watching Bobobo, as maybe some of you have, on Cartoon Network, and that show to me was just the best thing in the world. Just seeing a dude not caring about anything, fighting with his nose hair, I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. That's why I have a beard right now.
After watching the show, I was like, oh, that's where he gets his sense of humor from.
That's why Pino's that way. Yeah.
It clicked for
That's
me.
why Pino's a dummy.
Well.
Got him.
Oh, got me good. Yeah. No.
Yes.
No. Anyways, so let's move on. So the first thing you're introduced to, obviously, with all anime, is the opening music. What did you guys think of the opening track called "Wild Challenger"?
It's a good.
It's a
really
Say
good.
what?
But I said Bobobo.
Bo.
Say what?
Bobobo. What? Say what?
Say what?
Bobobo.
Get up! Stand up!
Oh. Yes. So
Did I clip the mic?
I hope.
Probably.
Who knows?
Ooh, that was a meaty clip. That was big
If you can't
and
tell, we
meaty.
liked the opening
Yeah.
a lot.
even as
A whole lot.
even now, I can remember when I was a kid and always just being hyped, not understanding what they were saying, because at the time I just thought it was just some weird American cartoon. Just like they all are.
You know.
Those funny Americans with their silly cartoons and the hoo-fa.
I was like, oh, they're really pushing it with this, but hey, man, if it's made in America, it's for me. But little did I know, this was probably the craziest Japanese anime I've ever heard, let alone seen. Now, it's not to say it's bizarre, because that title goes to JoJo.
So-
This is one takes the cake, I'll tell you
Hold
that.
on. I have a question for you, Pino. So a lot of people were introduced to anime through like Dragon Ball Z on like Toonami. Was this like the show that like kind of introduced you to anime? Or did One Piece?
Yes
One Piece
and
was.
no. Naruto was actually no. Inuyasha was the first one that I saw, like ever.
Ooh,
Ever.
Inuyasha.
But I didn't understand it was Japanese again. And then it was then it was Naruto, which I fairly much enjoyed. I loved the original one. But
Yeah, I remember you talking to someone on my
and then
server
One
about-
Piece, and then
No one cares about you guys.
Bobobo showed up. And it was just so different than the rest that it stuck with me as long as those other 3 anime that I mentioned prior, One Piece, Naruto, and Bobobo, those just stuck with me. Dragon Ball Z was part of my early life, but I wasn't allowed to watch it because my parents were like, that's too violent.
It is too violent. All the screaming muscle men went, ah!
My eardrums. So yeah,
My eardrums went poof.
I had to pick and choose my shows wisely, and I did not with Bobobo.
My mom wouldn't let me watch Ed, Ed, and Eddie because she thought I was too retarded.
Hey, man.
We're not talking. None of that American cartoon shit here.
Butter toast. Okay, anyways. Now, since it seems like there's a general consensus here, we all fairly much enjoyed Wild Challenger as the opening, right?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, let's talk about that ending song, which is called Shiawase by Manny. You couldn't tell? Chuck has a feeling about this song.
It is
That was
not
so
a good
good.
song.
We did it at the same time.
It is not good. It is
you,
like
it's
so
good.
it is so bad it's good.
No.
It
It's
hits
just
that
good.
ironic level for me. No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
If the singer didn't exist, it would have been great. But the singer exists.
It's like
so
a
bad.
Misfits song. It's like punk rock. It's good.
Yeah, but it's worse than punk rock.
No. Being
Yes.
bad is what makes it punk rock.
It's so bad.
Now, before we rip each other's throats out, I want to say
I ripped his dick off already.
in the American run of Bobobo, Shiawase was not the ending theme song.
Oh, was it?
It was not. It was something completely different. It's actually, you can find it on YouTube. It was one of the tracks they would play during when Bobobo would go into his Fist of the Nose Hair move, which we'll talk about more later. And that's all it was. And I was like, okay, I like this ending. And when I finally got to rewatch this a couple years back, I was like, what is this? Yeah, so like, I like and hate the song both at the same time.
Yeah.
When they scream out.
That's where I live. That's where I live. When I first hear Shiawase, my ears explode
Yeah.
immediately.
I die a little
and then
inside.
I fall over dead.
And then I just keep watching. I'm like, okay, this is nice. So,
like it.
yeah, it's nice. All right. So let's get to know our cast. All right. So immediately,
Oh, boy.
probably, whew, we've got a colorful cast of characters. Let's start with none other than our boy Bo. What do you guys think
Bo,
of our
that's-
Bo?
Bo's fucking phenomenal. He's the best character in this anime.
Now, Bobobo, if you guys aren't aware,
No.
You know what I think
idiot.
of Bobobo?
what do you
I
think?
dig.
You dig
I
the fro,
dig.
bro. Bobobo can be described as one thing: crazy. He's always wearing his blue shirt, black pants, brown shoes, midriff showing, because you gotta
Of
have that
course.
midriff. He have those JoJo Part 3 tire wheel, literal tire balloons on his shoulder,
Delicious.
and he's
Speaking
got
of
that
JoJo.
manly afro. Oh yes,
Dude, can I talk about that afro for a second?
go ahead. The floor is
It's
yours.
beautiful. It's just like looking at these pictures.
Mm,
It's so good.
it's definitely yeah. I
it's
bet he
really
uses
stupid.
conditioner twice.
He better use conditioner.
Oh yeah.
If he didn't, it would get all friendly and go poof.
But
Yes.
Dio actually voiced Bobobo in the same guy who voiced
That
Dio
was a
voiced
spoiler.
Bobobo.
Oh,
Japanese
no,
version.
if you wanted another reason, that's a good reason to watch this anime.
It's but you should.
I'd say
should
watch the
watch
dub though.
dub.
As
Dub.
much as I'm not gonna say that usually.
That's what I was waiting for. So
It
this
hurts
week we
me
all
to say. It's like if someone held me at gunpoint and said like, say that the human eye can only see 30 frames per second. I was like,
So as per request, and I'm glad everyone did, I asked them to watch the dub version of it because the voice actors and I guess the writers had a little more freedom to like translate jokes because Japan and America has such a different culture that some of the jokes wouldn't translate. So they actually had a lot of fun with some of the dialogue that they spun back and forth.
In my notes I have one of them that says literally a fan dub, and I'm like that's one of the most like real things that I wrote down because it is such a weird setting and weird jokes that you're like that can't be real.
Nobody
right?
wrote
like
this.
Nobody had the idiocy to write this, and then you're like, oh wait, they did.
one of the best jokes is in like in the first episode where they show like the opening like name of the episode, and it's in Japanese, and Beauty goes like, huh? It says a lot more in Japanese because like the text just says like the opening or whatever.
Now, if you're wondering
so
who
good.
Beauty is, that's the next person we're going to talk about.
She's a bad character.
Now, Beauty, she is the female protagonist of the show. Pink hair, probably around, I'm going to say, I forget her age, but she's probably around 11, 12 or something. Yeah.
She looks very generic, and I think that was completely intentional.
Well, yeah, of course.
She is probably most identifiable as the comedy relief of the show, and at one point,
no, she is not the.
She's
comedy
the self.
relief.
She's the self-insert.
She's
that,
a
like,
straight man.
but they literally say it in one of the episodes. He's taking the comedy relief.
But no, we'll talk about the actual comedy relief.
Yeah,
later.
I would say that Beauty is the down to earth one that like you can relate to.
Beauty's the relatable, but also the straw man that like they play off of because Beauty's like the normal quote unquote one.
Let's say she's just that one guy who looked over your shoulder to see what you were watching and then kind of just saw some tentacles just hanging out there, and you're just like, what is going on? What?
That's
like,
pretty
oof.
much it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So other than that, though, this is our female protagonist. Let's talk about everyone's favorite. He is a orange sun, spiky porcupine type creature. It looks kind of like Sonic. His name is.
These are snack food.
His name is Snack Food.
Food.
No, his name is Don
Snack
Patch. What did you guys think of Don Patch?
He is the actual comic relief of this show because he's a good boy.
He's the star of the show, even though his name's not on the title.
Even though his name isn't on the title and his contract almost ran out.
And the fact that he didn't show up in that one episode, except for the beginning and the end.
That was like, what do you mean? That was supposed to be my episode.
I'll be in all the scenes except the ones you're about to watch.
Don Patch started to wear it on me. I gotta admit,
Really?
After like the last 2 episodes, like the jokes where he was making about the contract, like got a little old for me. But then, like, I got hit with the scene where he's like,
it's my first day.
It's my first day. And he's like, be
Give me
easy
a
on
break.
me. And he's like, what are you talking about? I've been doing this for years.
So
That
Don Patch mostly acts up and wigs out with Bobobo. So they're like
wig out.
they're a crime-fighting duo. And he also is a master of what we just said, of the wiggin. He's a wiggin specialist. And
He went to school to wig.
yeah, there's no accurate way to describe wiggin. Not even, I can't even find the words
It's
to
like
describe it.
it's like if Haman was autistic.
I don't know about that.
I don't know if that's a real thing.
I'm gonna say,
I'm gonna say that's not true.
let's just say your brain shuts off for a minute and you just do what you want to do in that moment. You're like, hey, if I want to turn into a cabbage, go ahead.
I'm back into a carrot. No.
No, I'm a cabbage again.
Again, this is the weird part of the show because it's going to be very hard to describe some of these things without actually seeing a scene or a couple of scenes of the show to understand. But that's the beauty of it. I love it.
It's just so weird, but it does get a little lull to random, but like,
Well, it's a good little.
but the bits
Yes,
are
it
so
is.
good that you forgive it.
The bits are great. Like, Garb mentioned this before, but the Spoon family scene. Ooh,
That hits
ooh,
home.
that was a bit too real for me. I couldn't watch
Yeah.
it afterwards. It displayed domestic abuse. And I was like,
There's a
oh.
couple parts where like it made me feel like legitimately like, huh? Like the episodes where like Don Patch was Bobobo's mom.
So,
They
Yes.
stuck with the joke for like the whole fucking episode.
so even though this show seems like it doesn't make any sense by the way we're describing it, I think I've come down
doesn't.
with a basic format of how each episode runs. So
Okay.
you get the narrator, which I want to talk about in a little bit as one of the characters. You have the narrator introducing the plot and or what happened before the episode. Then you have the guys doing some random thing at the beginning,
A little too random.
just a little random thing before actually getting into the meat of the episode. Something, they go crazy. They meet an enemy, a hare hunt trooper. They go crazy with the hare hunt trooper. Nose hairs come flying out.
the fist of the nose hair.
Hare hunt trooper dies. Okay, doesn't die. Faints.
Rest in peace.
Rests in pieces. And then more crazy stuff happens. And, one or twice you'll get something called Bobobo Theater.
Oh man,
Which
those are
is
probably
like-
my favorite.
Those are flashbacks. And then you get Shiawase.
I can't do more. That's
I want to
did
get an
it once
instrumental
already.
version and just like take the clip of you screaming that and put it over.
That'd be so bad.
I would love it.
Each joke that they make in the episode, they seem to like ride with it, and then it just becomes something different. I want to kind of compare it to, do you know how Family Guy makes those jokes, right? They make the like, oh, it's like when Al Roker did the thing to that person.
Oh, it's,
And then
it's
they
like
go-
when Peter beat the shit out of Don Patch.
Yeah.
Flashbacks to
And so
Don
like
Patch.
they walk into it, and then instead of giving you like a 20 or second like thing of what they
Bit.
usually do in Family Guy, like bam, they just go all at it. They're like, if Don Patch is Bobobo's mom, you're gonna see Don Patch being Bobobo's mom for about like 10 minutes.
They are the most determined to like stick with their stupid shitty jokes that I've ever seen in my life.
I'm surprised.
It's admirable.
I'm surprised none of the voice actors, like, broke character. And if they did,
They probably
They
did.
might
They
have.
just had to retake so many times.
oh my
I
god.
bet the voice
I
actors had a
couldn't
lot
have
of
not.
fun. That seems like it'd be a really fun
well,
show. to
at
work
least
on.
the American voice actors. I
Yeah.
don't know about Japanese.
Now, we're not talking about any of the enemy characters right now because none of them actually
because
matter.
they're enemy stands.
None of them matter except for Soften, who I kind of want to talk about. So,
Yeah, we'll definitely get into
Soften
him.
is a ice cream man.
No, he's shit.
Put a picture of him
But yeah,
on
if you-
screen, please.
Now, with the picture on the screen, you can see
boy.
he's a nice strawberry flavored ice cream man. He is a very strong enemy, but however,
He doesn't have children.
he doesn't have children. Yeah, and this, I think, at this point is when the anime actually starts getting serious, and this is near the end of like episodes 8, 9, and 10. And it'll go serious, but it'll never take itself too seriously. Like these first 10 episodes, there was like no plot.
They just wander around and stuff happens.
Yes. Okay, so the final character I want to talk about is the narrator of the show. Now, in most cases, narrators they're just there to fill you in on information. This narrator has some personality. He has some great lines.
To say the least.
To say the least. He really makes the show, at least for me, like anytime the show
Yeah.
starts, and for future episodes, if we ever come back to Bo-bobo, he will mess with the characters. Like, he will go out of his way to just be like, okay, fine, or like, I'm leaving, or screw you, or something like that. But the narrator don't ever forget the narrator, because he is a character in of his own.
Which seems like it'd be more common, but it kind of isn't.
No, it's not.
You know what? You know what I'm angry about?
What?
You never talked about the most important character to this entire story,
Stinky Boy?
Mr. Pickle.
Oh, right.
oh,
no.
yeah. I wanted to bring up Mr. Pickles, but I forgot.
He's not allowed to watch this episode.
He's not allowed to watch it, so it's okay.
You guys, if you watch the series, you will meet Mr. Pickles and you will love him.
Literally, if you watch the first episode, you'll know what we're talking about.
It's in my notes. There's like, in episode 1, I have in my notes, is Pino Mr. Pickles?
Oh
and
my
then
gosh.
by episode,
Why would
like,
I be Mr. Pickles?
I don't know.
Because you're not allowed
just-
to watch this.
I don't know. On the first note on episode 4 is Mr. Pickles is really gone, isn't he?
Characters you
Yeah.
think will stay won't stay, and characters who don't stay will stay. I don't know if that made any sense. But that happens.
Yes.
Yes? All right.
Yes.
Enough about the characters. I
I'm
actually
still
want
trying to process that. Hold on. Nope, I don't get it. Continue.
Anyways, okay. So, since I've only made you guys watch the anime, I actually want to touch a little bit on the manga. So, your initial thoughts of the anime, what, like, just give me how you feel about it right now. Just
First episode, I was sucked in, like within minutes. Like,
All right.
I
Sucked
literally,
in.
that's my first note, is within the first seconds, the humor is already 10 out of 10. Like, it sucked me in. And
Alright.
I was down. I was down for the ride with the Bobobo.
It was very enjoyable.
Did you feel like all the things in the episodes were, even though you didn't read the manga, would you assume that they're as close it is to the source material as you see on screen?
Probably.
I imagine some of the reaction faces are.
Yes, a lot of the reaction
yeah.
faces are. However, I want to tell you that a lot of things in the anime are different than in the manga. Since I've been... Chuck, are you okay? Do you need an inhaler?
Don't worry, I'll get my inhaler.
He's already an inhaler. Is it him?
That's... Okay.
Shit, I can't find my inhaler for the joke. Oh no.
No, no. This is just like Bobobo.
Don't worry, I have my inhaler.
Hold on, I got you, fam.
You actually got your inhaler.
Did you?
I did. You know, I actually have my inhaler right next to me right now.
Yeah, it was in my backpack.
I have 5 refills. Anyways.
I have 26.
So the manga is actually extremely different. Not extremely different, but some of the jokes aren't included, and actually some events that happened in between the first and 6 episodes are actually backwards. They're like in the wrong places, which is very odd to me, and I don't know why they would do that. But first, let's talk about what was censored. So, at that beginning scene, there's in episode 1, Bobobo just appears, right?
Yes.
In the manga, he appears, but he's crucified. He's being towed by I think monkeys, and he's just hanging out there being crucified. And I'm just like, where was this scene? Why didn't they put this? Yeah, Mr. Pickles, even though it's not mentioned in the anime, actually dies in the manga. He gets eaten by a dog.
Oh,
Beauty's like, I wonder. It's like 5 days ago when Mr. Pickles got eaten by a dog, and he does like a whole chaozu thing in the sky, just like smiling. Anyways, the events.
God.
The events. Okay. Episodes. I think it's episodes like 2, 3, and 4. Do you remember that awkward moment? Not awkward, but we mentioned this before, where Don Patch said, "Hey, I'll be in this episode, except for the scenes you'll be seeing."
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. So that episode actually happened prior to when they, in the anime, that episode should have happened before they ever met Don Patch. They meet Don Patch
Really?
later. Yeah.
Oh.
So let's see. He meets Beauty. They destroy the first hare hunt place. Then they go to a carnival. They meet those exploding guys who said, "Don't go into the stock market."
Yeah.
I remember.
And
Of course.
then they meet Don Patch, and then they go and fight Medusa's cousin. I believe. I don't know if that made any sense to the viewers out there, the listeners
Haven't seen it yet.
who haven't seen it.
It barely makes sense to me.
Yeah, and we've seen it, and we don't know what the
And
fuck
I've
is going
seen
on.
it.
So basically,
Okay.
it was just very much backwards. And this third time that I watched through these first 10 episodes, I finally understood why this pacing at the beginning was just so random. Like, they would just walk from one place to another. It's because it was just out of order compared to the manga. I don't know if you guys ever felt it was off in that small section.
It did feel too off because I just felt like that was kind of what the deal was with the humor and whatnot. So it kind of fit, but I can see why it could be a little weird at times.
Yeah.
I was just sitting along. I just wanted to stay on Bobobo's wild ride.
Now,
I need to use the bathroom. You keep talking.
sure, go ahead.
I'm gonna piss my pants if I don't do this. I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead. Let me just talk about a couple more differences. In the anime, Don Patch is sent in by mail once he comes back into the episodes. But in the manga, Beauty is actually mailed in because she was captured but then returned for some reason.
That is weird.
It is very weird. We have an enemy who has a duck underwear on his head in the anime. However, in the manga, he's actually wearing the underwear as intended. So the Dundee gains a whole new meaning. And we could put up a picture up if we want. I put it on the chat.
Since Chuck's not here, he doesn't know that we're making him do work later.
Shh, don't tell him, that's the fun. Anyways, yes. So there's a lot of things that are toned down because they, I guess, apparently made this more into a kid-friendlier show. But at the same time,
I guess I get why they did that because the humor would make sense, but
Yes.
for anyone to enjoy.
Mm-hmm. And not so much. This isn't so much a difference between the manga and anime, but more so as the Japanese anime and the American release of it. There were some scenes in the American release that weren't actually aired; they were cut out. So some of the jokes that I guess kids wouldn't understand or are a little too grown up, were cut. So for example, there was a Michael Jackson joke in there. They cut that out. I'm assuming because of the whole thing that was happening in that time frame. They cut out.
He was diddling little kids.
What?
Yes.
What? What? What?
Chuck, you should never leave any of these podcasts when it's about Bobobo.
I was gonna piss my pants. I can't. I literally could not have stayed any longer.
It's okay. I moved from manga differences and anime differences to American release and Japanese release.
Oh,
so
okay.
they cut out some scenes in the TV broadcast in America. So like, you know, Michael Jackson's son, you know that joke from the first episode? They cut that out obviously because of the whole Michael Jackson stuff that was happening at that time. They cut out. There was a scene where a dog was running for president in Japan, I believe, but they cut that out obviously because, you know, I mean, you live in America, you know, I don't care about the Japanese.
I don't care about the Japanese.
And they actually cut out a significant amount of the Don Patch school graduation part of it, so you don't see a lot of the bears in the scene. Like there's
the bears.
Yeah, there's like a lot of things that are cut out. But like, there's a DVD dub release out there somewhere on Amazon. Probably it has all the scenes, has eye catches and everything. So if you wanted to watch this in the purest, most fan-W-est form, go to Kiss Anime or any of the other sites. Don't buy it.
Don't buy it.
I would buy it, but I'm crazy.
I'd buy.
All right. Yeah, we already mentioned Pickles was dead. What else did we mention? Dundee Boy.
Rest in peace.
Soften, instead of his pink fluffy exterior, is actually a brownish color.
Poop?
He's literal poop in the anime or the manga.
Yeah, they call him ice cream in the anime, but
Yes. And there's a lot more blood in the manga than in the anime.
Oh boy.
Like anytime he hits anybody with the nose hair attack, there is like splurts. It's either splurts of blood or just like cool action scenes that look cool as like impact frames, but I think they're all bleeding because they all just bleed out of their mouth.
Oh boy.
Anyways, that's all I want to get into so far because the rest would be spoilers if we ever come back to this series.
and I would love
Cool.
to. I would be down for it.
All right.
Yeah,
I actually kinda
I'm sorry
wanted to-
that I.
What's that?
I'm sorry that I had to bolt out of here because oof. But one of the perks of not having to host every podcast can go take a little pee break.
I guess so.
I
All right.
guess.
But you know, even though you aren't the host, in honor of it being one of our best segments, it's time
Shit,
once
I
more.
I don't have it open.
It's time once more.
Give me 2 seconds. Wait.
Somebody's gonna get fired for this.
Chuck wants to get off Pino's wild ride.
I'm gonna.
I'm gonna deduct
Wait,
this
wait,
from
wait,
Chuck's
wait.
pay right now.
Wait.
And I'm gonna sign on for an extra season of the Three A-Weebros podcast.
Why would you sign an extra season? Okay, no, that's quotes. That's okay. No shit. Where'd it go?
Gonna drink some water real quick. This is exactly
Where'd
how I
it
thought
go?
the podcast of Bo-bobo-bo would go, guys. I'm telling you.
No,
I dreamed. I was like, this is gonna go so many ways.
Anytime Chuck
okay.
screams, I'm happy.
Okay, ready?
Oh my gosh.
I found it. I had to open up 3 different documents.
Do you know what
to
I
find
heard?
it.
I thought I heard you put like in a cassette tape. I literally thought you hit a play button to play that like game show music.
Dude, that's my new bit.
All right.
Well, guys, guess what?
Dude.
It is time for the most exciting part of this podcast. Welcome to the 3rd ever edition of Who's the Best Grill, the part of the podcast where each contestant puts forward their choice for best grill of the particular anime of the episode to duke it out for the title of Best Grill. Today, our contestants are, like always, Pino, Garb, and myself. So I'd like to know, who are each of you advocating for?
So, if I could go first,
Of course.
it's a character we didn't mention because he's a character, but he's not that much of a character. But he is Best Grill. His name is none other than the most honorable King Nose Hair. And if we could, you don't have to, but if you've seen the anime, or if you haven't, put a picture on the screen.
There
he is. This wonderful, probably 3 times conditioned nose hair is the king of all nose hairs. And
Wait, why are you vouching for it? Garb still has to tell him his.
Oh,
Fine,
right.
God damn it.
Oh, my goodness,
Okay,
I'm messing
Garb.
up.
The
game show theme's running out.
My mind. Go, Chuck.
shit! I like Bobobo. Bo-bobo-bo. He's
That's
a good boy.
one.
Okay, Garb, go.
Don Patch.
No.
Okay, go, Pino, go back.
All right. Whew. You just threw that potato right back in my face.
Take it.
Yeah, since
Eat it.
Since we were
Savor it.
Since we were only choosing best grills from these 10 episodes, I had to go with King Nosehair. King Nosehair, when he appears in the anime, was just such a shocker. I didn't understand what he was. I didn't understand why he came about.
I still don't.
And I'm.
Doesn't he like ride away on a bicycle or
He
some shit?
Yes, he does.
He is a sad
He
character.
does.
He is one of those romance characters, right? He appears, and then he is plucked out just like a nose hair. and I think that's the most saddest thing in the world. He would have been such a wonderful ally, but his manly, suave voice is what kept me coming back to him. You know, the fact that he's so dedicated,
much like yourself.
He's so dedicated to the environment that he decides to ride his bike all over the globe and enter that Tour de France. And then
Anime theory. Golden Boy is actually grown up King Nosehair. He grew a human.
He learned.
He grew. It's just like salamanders, how they can grow back their tails.
No. It's more like
grow
starfish.
back as human.
How like if you break off a piece of a starfish, it'll grow a new starfish. It's like if you break off a Bobobo Nosehair.
That's what I was saying.
No, that's Don Patch.
A lizard.
That's
If you cut off a lizard's tail, it doesn't grow a new lizard.
I don't care. You get what I was trying to say, though.
I didn't even finish.
Shut. Let Pino finish.
The fact that his face looks exactly like Bobobo, but just purple, makes it even more flattering to me. I'm just like, wow, what a guy. I don't know. He adds to what was desperately needed to fix that problem that maybe Garb had of Don Patch being a little too much. You know, having a third character there really helps kind of balance out the whole craziness. Because sometimes Don Patch is just a little throwing some shade on him.
And beauty isn't always around.
Yeah, beauty isn't always around. And when she's...
Thank God.
What did you say? All right, who's next?
Okay, I guess, let's talk about King Nosehair. I mean, Garb.
Okay, what do you guys think?
He's a good curator.
He's a good one. But I mean, he's Nosehair, so...
But I don't think he's the best.
Garb, I think it's 2017. You know, we've accepted many laws in our nation. I think Nosehair equality should be one of them.
He's right.
You're just a hater.
He's right.
God, why are you such a hater?
All right.
Okay, well, I guess that's all. We're just gonna roast Garb for being shit.
You're not putting up a fight?
No, I like King Nosehair. I just don't think he's the best girl.
Why?
That's it.
I think you're wrong. Just
because he's an inferior choice of my own. Bo-bobo.
Okay.
Bo-bobo-bo-bo.
All right.
So
let's hear
why
your
is
reasoning.
Bobobo the best, though?
Well, unlike the last two sessions, I totally didn't research any of this.
Mm-hmm.
But what I've wrote down in my notes, and I'll read them verbatim. Bobobo is best grill because he has the fist of the nose hair. That was it. But I could talk. I could talk more.
That was it.
That was it, guys. So Bobobo is the main character, obviously, and as such gets the most character development. And so Bobobo goes to school and studies real hard, and doesn't care how he looks because he could dress as a girl and still look fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
And also has a spoon wife and has a child, and his dad's a hare, and his soul is in the shape of a loaf of bread, and
his mom,
and his mom, and his mom is Don Patch sometimes.
And
okay.
What would be a best girl without the ability to be a mom? And who's Bobobo's mom again?
Actually, he was actually brought into this world by a piece of hair.
Yeah.
And he can also talk to hair. I forgot about that.
Yeah, because they bring it up once and then just ditch it.
And if they go to Brazil, they'll have the perfect disguise.
Perfect. And I just think Bobobo is the best because he's he's like kind of the straight man comedy, I guess, where it's like he acts super serious.
Yeah.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes a lot of the jokes in Bobobo so good, is that everyone's being so serious.
They're like, what? This is how I usually act.
What? What do you mean? I'm totally... Oh my God.
What do you
so
mean
good.
people don't act like this?
What do you mean? But yeah, he also has a family living inside of his nose to keep the nose hair clean, and also has an opening in his afro to keep whatever he feels like in there, like tooth PAs.
Ooh, it's like the
PAs.
Shut up!
cup.
I'm
I'm sorry.
a cup.
I feel like I've quoted the most Bobobo in this like hour we've been recording.
We haven't even been recording an hour yet.
It always
we only have like
it
probably
always feels like an hour with Bobobo.
we only probably have like 30 minutes of usable footage.
We spent like 15 minutes just fucking around.
Yeah, but yeah, Bobobo's the best. And he has
I don't think so.
beautiful hair
No.
and abs.
No.
I think Don Patch is the best because Don.
Shut up, no one cares
look at
about
all the
Don.
roles Don Patch has. Don Patch is a mom. He's a snack. He's a
That's
great
all snack
character.
food.
That's our snack food.
He got his contract renewed, so he's like getting in for the next season. So like he's got a stable job. Like he's got all of it. He's the best.
I guess.
He's funny.
But he's a bad
It's his
taxi
first day.
driver.
He's been doing this for years.
I mean, if he's powered up by soda, and like we saw in that second
true.
episode, I don't,
Yeah.
he won't live that long.
His,
Diabetes. It's a strong
diabetes.
mistress.
He
Bad for your teeth, too.
His spines grow back.
His thorns.
You know, same
Whatever the
thing.
fuck
he's
they are.
He's
Who
a
knows?
hedgehog.
You know, you all have some good reasons. Don Patch just, I don't know.
I don't think Don Patch is the best girl. He's
You're
too.
wrong.
You said yourself that Don Patch was getting annoying.
Mm-hmm.
How can
What is-
the best grill become annoying?
What is love?
Can you
without hate?
riddle me?
Mm.
But you don't love Don Patch
I do love Don Patch.
because you're a homosexual.
Oh.
You're only like Homer Simpson.
Oh no.
Exposed.
Homie.
Eat pent.
Also, Bobo isn't that great either, my friend.
But your character is quite literally the inferior version of Bobobo.
What?
I should have picked the narrator.
I should.
That's true.
We all should have picked the narrator.
Okay, guys, narrator one. There's no poll this episode.
No poll this episode. We all know the narrator on.
We all know the narrator wins. I'm glad I went through 10 documents to find
Yeah.
the
once
the
again,
opening.
we none of us picked a girl.
I had my girl picked from the start.
Well, I did too.
Yeah, me too. Thanks.
But guess what? Guess what? You can send in your emails to funkyanimePodcast@gmail.com so we can read some of your answers to who's the best grill or whatever you really want to talk about.
Or if
the
you're on
anime.
YouTube, you could just comment.
Comment down
But
below.
But on YouTube, we can't read them.
But we can put little hearts next to them.
That's true.
I can't
will
read. I'm illiterate.
I am illiterate.
I'm so
and
glad
blind.
How do you manage Japanese anime?
I can hear it with my fingers.
Get those Japanese words off of me.
I'll just draw this fancy noodle.
That was such a good impression.
I just remembered. I'm allergic.
I'm allergic. Okay. Now it seems like we've just been talking a lot about Bobobo recently, but let's talk about some of the art choices or the art style of the anime.
I want to
Okay.
say it.
What do you-
It reminds me of JoJo. I
Shut
know
up,
that's
Pino was
like.
talking.
I just
I
wanted to
wasn't
get that
talking.
out there.
Damn it,
I was
Garb.
laughing.
You're not.
I was laughing.
I agree with what you just said, Chuck.
Now.
That was bad. That was too guttural. Come on.
Oh my god.
Try it again. One more time. No, oh, Pino was good.
What are we doing?
That was a xenomorph.
Let's hope we do that Zapdos one more time.
Welcome to
That wasn't good.
the noise
Scream
cast.
podcast.
where
The
we
noise
just
cast where we
make
we
noises.
make noise.
Guys, our podcast is
Okay,
going
so
down.
let's.
Each episode is just getting progressively crazier.
Okay,
Eventually, we're
Pino,
gonna get as crazy
art
as Bobobo.
style? Art style?
So the art style is, I don't know, it's very different from any other like anime out there. At least nowadays, like everyone's usually so
Nowadays?
It's
Yeah.
still got like that 2000 stank though.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely has that stank on it.
I would, in a strange way, compare it to how it has an odd art style, just like early One Piece. It just doesn't look like an anime, right?
Yes, I can confirm by watching the first 20 episodes of One Piece and reading the first several hundred chapters of One Piece that it looks very similar.
Yeah, it's just by the
hadn't
looks,
found their
it
way.
could be off-putting, like at least to some like like diehard anime watchers, just like people who want to
Yeah,
watch
if you've
good
been
anime.
spoiled by like really, really good stuff, like how
Not-
like my
not
dick
you,
is
Tom.
too
You're
hard for
obviously
Studio
not-
Trigger.
You're obviously if you're an anime snob and you can't watch Bobobo, what are you doing here?
Get out of here.
This is a
Those-
satire.
Go
Nobody's
away.
here for the plot. We're here for the crazy
Nobody,
stuff.
nobody's here to hear us to actually talk about anime. No one's here at all.
I'm not even real.
I'm a hologram and a figment of your imagination.
Nothing really matters.
To Bobobo.
Me, almost.
Ooh, Don Patch. Yeah. So the art style's like interesting, but it definitely looks like it was made in the 2000s.
Yeah.
It really does, and it's compared to the manga, the anime actually looks a lot better. Like
Yeah,
Yeah,
from
that
what
sounds
you've
about
sent
right.
us,
Yeah.
the manga looks a bit rough.
it does,
Yeah.
but in later chapters, it starts getting more consistent. But oh boy, it's hard to look at sometimes.
You're hard to look at
Hey,
all the time.
That's why I have a voice for radio, my friend.
That's true. I have a voice for murdering and a body to kill.
Don't say that on the podcast.
Someone kill me.
Quack.
Goodbye.
That's the end of the episode, boys. So, there's a lot of. If we go back to the art. If we go back to the art and animation. This doesn't help because I'm still looking at the duck picture from that I sent before. This doesn't help.
Ducksu.
That's a good picture.
Such you magnificento creatures.
So, the characters look kind of rough. There's a lot of still frames. There's like you'll just see
Yes.
mouths moving. You'll see hand, maybe like them just vibrating. But when they
Correct.
do wig out, there you can see the effort. You can see that.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can
I
see
think
where
that
all
like
the budget
some
went.
of the shading, and lips, and just the way Bobobo moves reminds me a tiny bit of JoJo. Just
Yeah,
a
they-
tiny
They do a lot of posing.
There
bit.
is
Not
some
in that
posing.
way. I mean, just like his design and like the way it was translated.
There is a lot of posing.
There is posing. Mostly because they're too cheap to animate frame.
Mostly nose pose.
Nose pose.
Nose pose my goes.
God, the best nose pose I think in those 10 episodes was when he's like with those guys with wigs, and he's like, "I sent you that fan mail. Gimme. You don't deserve my fan mail."
That was such a good bit.
Yeah, that was so
There's
good.
so much quotable shit.
Look at all our fan mail.
Look at our fan mail.
I
I
sent
wrote
you
that
that.
fan mail.
You don't deserve my fan mail. Gimme.
Give me.
I will tell you, it's much more funnier in the dub than in the Japanese one. It's completely different. It's just, oh god. Anyways,
That's a shame.
yeah, it is. Oh my gosh.
Man, Bobobo's good.
Yeah, it's
Go
good.
watch it.
They put the effort in where it needs to be, and when there doesn't need to be any effort, it just works sometimes.
All the jokes are still good.
Jokes are still good.
And even if you
gags.
don't like a joke, like it'll be gone. Like eventually.
Yeah, it'll be gone within 10 minutes.
They're not going to be like, "Hey, remember that time I did the thing? Yeah, that
Hey,
was
remember
good."
Remember when I was
I
your
was a
mom?
taxi driver?
Yeah.
Hey, remember when there were 2 video stores?
That was a funny bit, though. I guess it's the best of Bobobo again.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
But yeah, don't come into this anime thinking you're gonna see spectacular animation or like One Punch Man level of like.
What?
However, you will see bald people. You will see bald people.
Yeah, I actually have a note that says that some of
I think
the
Shub
shaved
died.
people. I'm just gonna keep going and just act like he's not having
I need a
autistic
water
fit.
refill.
That some of the bald people look kind of like Saitama.
Yeah.
And that made me
Saitama
laugh.
is my favorite Bobo.
Well, at least we now know who's stronger. Bobobo would obviously beat up Saitama. No problem.
Absolutely.
Obviously.
Come at me,
The top
hate.
ten
Saitama
anime
haters
haters.
have nose hair.
Come at me, comments.
Goku
God.
versus Bobobo versus Naruto versus Don Patch.
Don Patch wins.
Don Patch wins
Patch
by
wins.
default.
He has his green onion.
He
Oh,
has the,
no.
he has
Not
the
that
Don
one.
Patch sword.
The
He
other
had
one.
the hammer.
Not that. The green bat.
The Don Patch
The Don
hammer.
Patch hammer. I can't believe I'm seeing the Don Patch sword in front of me. Ah!
We forgot about Gasser.
I
Give a
actually
shit about
briefly mentioned
Gasser.
him. I called him Stinky Boy.
Stinky-
and then
oh, Stinky.
Oh, wait. Oh, that's what you were.
He's
referring
not
to. I
too
thought you were
important
just talking
now. He
about
was the one
yourself.
who was
Yeah, no.
recently hired at the end.
He was a stalker.
Yeah, for the episodes we watched, he wasn't. He was just sort of a mysterious guy.
Except for the last one where then he farted on.
I don't remember
Or, like-
where I read this.
It's
but
literally Stick of Truth.
he was based. His design kind of. If you look carefully, doesn't he remind you of a certain fast boy? Doesn't he remind you of a fast boy?
Who runs in a certain way.
Yeah, especially his shoes and his hair. you know?
Dude, did you say Silver the Hedgehog?
No, okay, yeah. Let's go with
It's
Silver.
no use.
It's no use.
A lot of these actually have some sort of Sonic inspiration
I
to them.
see it.
Yes, Don Patch, Gasser. Just it's
Sorry, I was quoting Silver again.
Garb. You've been playing too much Forces.
God, I streamed Forces in its entirety. By
Oh
the
my
way.
gosh.
And it was.
Looking at the characters, as you say that, Bomb Girl totally looks like Sonic. Pink Soft Man looks like Sonic. Don Patch looks like
Knuckles.
Knuckles.
He don't
Surfy
chuckle.
McDerp Man looks like Sonic.
All the
And-
bald guys look like
And,
Eggman.
And Beauty
and-
is Amy.
no, Beauty is Eggman. and Gasser is Cream the Rabbit.
And Pickles.
And Pickles is a pickle. And Bobobo is he's Tails.
Sonic.
Thank you, everyone. I'm here all week.
Oh my gosh. This has gone the best way. This is possible. Humanly possible.
Humanly,
This-
if we were Bobobo, we are beyond human.
All right.
Bobobo is less human and more nose hair.
Is there anything else you guys want to add?
Also,
about Bobobo?
cabbage.
Oh yes.
I wish I was.
What
a
else
cabbage.
is there? Oh yeah, we haven't done the rankings, but I mean we'll get that in a
Well,
minute.
no, but that's at the end of the episode.
That's why I
Oh, we
asked if
didn't
there was
talk
any.
about the squirrels.
You dummy!
So there's a subplot. If you guys are curious.
It's very important.
There are two squirrels that are, residents of Bobobo's hair,
Of Bobobo's hair.
and they're
of course.
having a bit of a relationship bump. Sally,
As
I
we all
believe her
do.
name is not feeling the other guy anymore. I don't remember his name because he's not worth it.
Let's look out the more.
Look
Well,
up
you
obscure
keep telling. I'll look up.
characters.
I'll look up their names.
Oh my gosh,
Do their names even fucking matter?
it does.
I hope so.
They will. You'll see.
I
'em.
thought they were a one-off joke, but then they came back, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Some jokes do come back. I will say that, but some of the good ones come back, not the bad ones. They don't stay for long. Don't worry. Yeah, squirrels. You have the mean green soup alien, who was actually
Oh, yeah, I
he was
forgot.
in on the play. You
How
have
long is
the
Bobobo? Like in its entirety, by the way.
Okay,
70
it's,
episodes.
It's
Okay.
It's Riso, Risuo, and Ritsumi, and Risuo.
that's
That's
my
the
favorite
Japanese dub.
known as Bill and Sally,
Bill and
respectively in the English dub.
That's my favorite K-On! Squirrel. Ritsuma.
Oh right, we
Reese-
never talked about the voice actors actually.
I
wanna talk
briefly
about that
talked
real-
about it, but
but-
yeah, go ahead.
All the Hare
What?
Hunt troopers are racist Asian voice actors. They all sound like
Yes.
this.
They're really good.
It's so
I like it.
Yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. I don't know why they chose to do that, but I'm
I know
happy
why
they
they did because it's funny.
It is. You lose, fro boy. Let go of my boogie. If, as we mentioned, Dio plays Bobo in the Japanese dub, but in the English dub, Joseph Joestar from Part 3
Yes.
plays
Yep.
Bobobo, which is fantastic because when I saw the first episode of Part 3's English dub, and he was being tickled, I was like, oh my god, that's Bobobo. What are you all looking at?
You told me this, and
my-
I immediately went and watched it,
was-
subbed, and I was like, "Whoa, that's totally Dio."
If you
It's
listen
really
to
weird hearing
Don
Dio's
Patch's
voice.
voice. If you listen to Don
yeah.
Patch's
yes.
voice, his voice is everywhere. You might know him
Oh,
more
yes.
notably as Shadow the Hedgehog now.
Yes.
He is Shadow the
Yes.
Hedgehog. He is in every anime you could probably think of. Sword Art
I love
Online.
Yes.
There's
He
Don
is-
Patch.
There, he's right there.
Hey,
Don
He's-
hey,
Patch's
look, it's
love.
Don Patch.
He's got the colors. Yeah, he's everywhere.
He's an anime.
He's in anime and he's an American cartoon, and maybe even some of them
Yes.
Chinese ones too.
The Ching Chang ones.
Oh my gosh, this is not a good. We can't post this now.
Oh no. I'm gonna have to bleep
Delete
that out.
this.
Oops. Delete this.
Are we making fun of the Irish now? Delete this, laddie.
Delete this. Waddy.
You just sound like
Delete this.
fucking-
Waddy.
what's the guy from Fat Bastard?
Fat bastard.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, fat bastard.
laddie.
Can we watch
I cry
Austin
myself-
Powers?
I cry myself to sleep on a huge pillow.
Look at my fat belly.
Get in my
Belly.
belly. Get in my belly.
If you're still here at the end of this 1 hour
Why are you
episode,
here?
why are you here?
Please
Two,
go.
if you're still
Please
confused,
go home.
just watch Bobobo.
If you're not confused,
Still watch Bobobo.
you're a superhuman. I don't
Bobobo
know
made
how
me
you-
dumber than I
no.
already was.
Bobobo's-
Hey, welcome to the club, my
Bobobo
friend.
ma-
All right.
You were
so-
infected by Bobobo at a young age.
Yeah, I think I turned out like a good human being.
like a well.
Yeah,
Are you? Can I draw water from you?
yeah, I'm a fountain.
Oh, thank you.
All right,
Appreciate
glub,
it.
glub, glub.
Clean water. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that was your quote of the day from Pino.
Glub, glub, glub. And while you're drinking, I'm still.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I did
Water
something
almost
to
came
your
out of my
drink.
nose again. Oh my god. Water almost came out of my nose again. That was about to be the worst.
Before this podcast episode hosted by me goes any lower off the deep end, let's move on to the rankings.
Maybe.
I would.
But I want to talk more about the Big Bang Theory.
Oh no! Let's talk about young Sheldon.
Young Bobobo.
Young Bo-bobo.
Youth.
Dude, there's a lot more of that in Japanese.
Every time I think of young Sheldon, I think of the picture Jamebot drew,
Oh
where
my God.
where he did young Link with the bow tie.
That's a good one.
So
okay.
funny.
All right.
I think
who's
now
go
we
first?
should get
Who
into
goes first?
rankings.
All right.
You dumb sack of shit.
Yeah. Which
okay.
one is you?
I give
You!
I am you.
I give it
I
a.
am me.
I can't tell if it needs to go in the no, it doesn't need to go in the ironic. It's unironically good. 4.7.
4.7.
Whoa!
Wow.
I really enjoyed it.
Whoa.
That's more than Golden Boy. Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm glad you enjoyed it that much. I don't think that's
I
the
don't think
right
it-
score.
Yeah, I don't think it deserves that high of a
For-
score.
for-
but I
Oh,
get
well,
it.
I think you're mistaken,
Four
Chuck. I never
point-
said it was the highest. I said it should have gotten a 5.
4.9.
Is that your ranking?
Not yet.
Pino?
No, it's not my turn.
7.9
Oh, what? What?
and a half.
7.9 and a half?
What are
Yes.
you trying? What are you attempting to speak? Wow.
Our rating system's
Nothing.
out of the roof.
I
Apple,
rank. Okay, shut up.
I give it a
I-
cabbage out of a Don Patch.
That's a low ranking.
Not again.
I give this show 4 nose hairs out of 1 king nose hair.
Oh no. Oh wait, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it takes like 6 nose hairs to put 1 king nose hair, maybe 5. I don't know.
But does the king himself have nose hairs?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, I think so.
I am.
You know, I feel like he would have been great if he wasn't already the captain of the cooking team.
That's true.
All right, is that
How
your
much-
real rating?
My real well, Garb also gave it a 4.7 out of 5.
I
so
fall
think
back to 4.9.
You fall
4.9.
back. Oh, I thought you went 4.9. I was like, that's not back, my friend.
Are you stupid?
7.
Are you mad?
11.
All right.
Are you is?
So Garb
Okay,
4.49. What a great number.
No, he said 4.4.9. So
I wasn't sure if you got.
put that in the. I'm gonna put that in the vault.
I didn't think the ranking system would be the one to. Oh my gosh.
God damn it!
I didn't
It's
think
like
the,
a video
idiot.
game. It's revised.
It's
It's
revised every fucking.
4.5.4.
No, you can't redo this. You are 4.4.9.
When I said we were doing this live, I didn't think it would go this way.
So now I say that my ranking for this show, instead of the 4 nose hairs out of 1 king nose hair, I give it a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. That's
I'd
very
still
generous
say-
of you.
It was a very. Wait, never mind. It's a 3.9. 3.9.
What
Out
happened?
of
Was it the
5.
second video store?
I
Was it because he didn't have
realized-
kids?
I realized.
Why
that
do I have
because
these? I don't have
I
kids.
couldn't.
This episode is just the giggles.
That's the best. That's the
I
best.
live
bit.
for that specific kind of laugh out of him.
I feel that 3.9 just because while I haven't seen it, I think because I haven't seen it all, I can only give it a 3.9.
Understandable. Have a bow day.
Bye.
A Bobobo-dacious.
Now
Bobobo.
say what?
Okay, Pino.
Okay.
Bobobo.
All right. So for my ranking, Bobobo. So many good memories, so many good times. Always gets me good.
This is objective. You can't add emotion
However-
into this. Objectively, how bad is it?
However, man,
Boy.
I'm gonna go ahead and probably give this one more ride down the spaghetti slide. Out of 10.
Way to
No.
bring
Move
it
out the
home.
way.
Make way for the pasta prince.
One more ride down the spaghetti slide.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and probably give this maybe I'll give it the same rating as Chuck, a 3.9
Hey.
out of.
I think the reason I wanted to rate it so high initially was because
he's
this is
been
like
shitty
my
in
kind.
every other anime.
Shut up. It's because it's like my kind of show. Like,
Mhm.
it's not
Well, like,
super
I'm-
long and it's really funny. Like, I don't like
It is
super
super long.
serious
It's
shows.
fucking 76 episodes.
It's
you
not
dumb
that
sack
long.
of shit.
And that's
Dragon
the reason
Ball's
I
like
gave it a
500.
lower rating this time
You-
around.
You dimmity doink.
Ah,
Because
see.
as the series goes on,
As the series go on.
as the series
says-
goes on,
As the Siri asks, "What's your favorite number?" and you say 3, and then Siri
Hold
laughs
on.
at you because 3 is a shit number.
hold on. What did you say?
as the series progresses, the humor only gets better with the addition of
Siri,
new
what's
characters.
3 plus
These
7?
first 10 episodes are good for an introduction. I can't believe you're doing that.
Siri, is Bobobo good anime?
Oh my gosh. Is she on speaker?
No, she didn't talk because she's
Oh.
stupid.
Well, anyways,
Okay, Google, what is Bobobo a good anime?
Siri, do you like
anime
Bobobo?
programs frequently mentioned on the web include Samurai Champloo, Cowboy Bebop, Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood, and others.
well,
Thank you,
it seems
Google.
like it's compared to those three, and those are some good animes.
Hold on, I need
What?
to send a screenshot of what
Yeah,
Siri
I'll
thought I
send
said.
you-
I don't even remember what I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, so you said it was as the series progresses,
It gets better, so that's why out of these 10
cool.
episodes, it's a good start.
but it's not perfect.
It's the humor is good, but it only gets better. So that's why I'm giving this. Actually, you know what? 3.8.
Whoa! Yowza!
Yes. I'm sorry.
Siri, what's your is due? You like Bubble? I would rather talk about your calendar and dinner plans. Damn, Siri just wants to get into Garb's pants, I see.
Whoa.
Okay, is that the end of Bo?
Yeah, I guess so for
Bo
now.
Theater?
The Bobobo theater has ended. Bobobo did not become best girl, I think. Allegedly.
What?
What?
Okay. I guess if you decide so.
Guys,
Let
thanks
the internet decide.
thanks for listening. Thanks for listening
Thanks for staying this long. How
Hey.
did you do it?
Thanks for fapping with us.
Why did I
Nice.
agree to this name?
You
It's a
didn't
good
even know what
name.
the name was until the first episode. You forgot, remember?
Oh yeah.
Oh
You dimmy? Oh yeah.
Well,
So, Pino, do you have any passing final words before you pass gas?
if I have one last
Oh,
thing
too
to
late.
say. The end.
Hey guys, guess what? Pino
What?
and Garb are both bad because
What did
they
it?
forgot.
What?
They
Hey,
forgot
you're
to-
bad too. I'm the one who brought it up after we
Hey,
stopped.
big-
Now
big
you
bro, don't do
skank.
trivia.
Shut up. We're not adding this. Okay, restart.
Big
Hey
bro,
guys,
don't do trivia.
shut up. You can't talk about the Beard Bros on the YouTube.
Okay, cool.
They'll sue us.
Alex will get mad because someone's eating breakfast.
Okay.
My breakfast is better than yours.
Okay. Shut up. Shut up.
All right.
Hey guys, it's me, Chuck. You remember
I'm-
me, right? You just listened to the entire podcast. Why'd you do
Hi,
that?
Chuck.
Anyway, shut up, Pino. Anyway, Garb and Pino are both bad because they forgot to say
You
the
forgot
name.
too. I'm the one that brought
No,
it up.
Sorry,
No,
Chuck.
but you forgot during the episode to watch what anime we're gonna watch
You
next.
didn't bring it up either.
I have
Garb,
a
you're
good
back.
reason.
Shut up, no one loves you.
It's
Garb,
because I'm
what-
allergic.
But
Okay,
we forgot
Garb.
to say what show we're watching for the next one, and
It's
it was
your
one
fault,
picked
Garb.
by me. It was one
Yeah, so
picked
it's
by
Garb's
me.
fault. So it's
It is
Garb's
the
fault.
one.
It's Garb's
Fuck you.
fault.
It's the one.
No, wait.
It's
It
Garb's
could be. It could
The
be Chuck's
only.
fault because he
No,
enjoys.
fuck you, bitch.
It is Kimono Friends.
Is that really what the name is called?
Kimono Friends, yeah.
Why have I been calling it Kenmo Friends?
Because that's what we call it as a joke.
Oh, yeah.
That's what
yeah.
we call it as a shit.
If
call it
anyone out
Kenmo
there
Friends.
loves it,
Okay.
What's
That was-
the
that
word
was-
he says at the beginning of the end song?
Shinabase! Shinabase!
I wanted to end this off with a quote,
Shinabase!
and it all just went somewhere else.
That's
Well-
how I wanted
well-
it to end.
It was me, Chuck. Find me on the internet, Upchuck Gaming, wherever you find it. Garb, where can they find you?
You fucking Google Garbalax, but follow me on Twitter.
Okay, shut up.
please.
No one cares about you. Okay,
Please.
Pino, where can they find
You
you?
can find me on Twitter. And you can find me
Discord.
amongst the clouds.
We're all
Okay.
on Discord.
Yeah, or
Okay,
on Discord.
Pino, so what was your final words that you would like to say? My bad, I'm sorry.
When the going gets hairy, you just...
Shinabase! Shinabase!
Thanks, guys, for tuning in.
Shinabase!
Have a hairy weekend.
Stay fapping, my friends. Bye-bye.
Wait, we put these out on Wednesday.
Shut up! No one cares. This was going out that day. Shut up. Bye.
Bye.
I love you guys.